Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
March 10th, deadline. WNBA deadline set by Kathy Engelbert, and then we have to start shortening the season. We got to start rolling things back. So what do they do when March 10th rolls around? They finally start sitting down face to face about a day or so after Caitlin Clark said that would be a great idea. And they've been doing that basically every day since. A few days ago, Kathy Engelbert said Monday, 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 Monday. That was yesterday. That's the deadline, or we have to start moving things back. Well, the deadline again has come and gone, and we have yet to see the league say, guess what? Time's up. We are locking out the players, which is what they should have done already. Then maybe something would actually happen. And I blame a lot of this on Adam Silver, the worst commissioner in sports, the man overseeing the destruction of the NBA now, yeah, ratings are up this year and all that, but you over time absolutely in decline. The NBA is an absolute joke, which just makes a bigger window combined with Caitlin Clark for the WNBA. But all I'm seeing is he should be in there again. The NBA has shelled out hundreds of millions of dollars for this girl power stuff to keep this league going. Kathy Engelbert should be fired. The players should be done. We should move on to scabs. And if any of these new players get signed to whatever CBA that the league decides on, then that's fine. They can play. Adam Silver should be fired. They're all out of order. They all should be fired. They all have the IQ of a butt nugget. Oh my God, this is so frustrating. So frustrating to watch this happen. Watching all these supposed adults act like little children not being able to get something done. It is ridiculous at this point. This is what, check this out. I mean, this is the type of stuff we're dealing with right now. Monday deadline passes, marathon meetings continue. Where is it? Where is it? I got to give you this Kathy quote. Well, all right, we'll start with the Natasha Cloud quote first. Every time I see Natasha Cloud talk, I expect her to get down on the ground and like drag her butt along the carpet, like you see dogs do from time to time. That's just the intelligence vibe I get from her. Thankful to our executive committee and the WMBPA for their efforts over the last 2+ years of preparing us. We're going to change the entire landscape of what respect and value looks like financially in women's sports. I'm sorry, I need to pause. I need to gather myself. Otherwise, I may explode. Explode. I'm so tired, so sick and tired of this victimhood rap. Anyone who plays victim, I have no interest in anything you're going to say. To me, you bring no value to society at all, and that includes people like Natasha Cloud. We are worse off for allowing you to be here. Did that sound mean? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound so mean, but this is just so ridiculous. What is respect? You want to talk about respect and value? Pay back the 500 million or so that you owe the men in the NBA that they should be putting in their pockets, but instead it has to go to you simply because you are a woman. I mean, if you're so great, again, I'm going to digress a bit. I apologize, but it's relevant. You probably have seen this at times, right? Where you see these idiots. And it's something that I think Natasha Cloud herself would do, where you see them. It's not the end. They think it's an insult. It's kind of like calling normal people cis. Uh, they think it's an insult, and they put MNBA, right? Because they get all upset at it. It's the WNBA. But here's the thing, and again, it's all about the feels, it's all about the emotion, it's all about the victimhood. The National Basketball Association is not men. Women can play. Hey, if you are good enough, you go play in the NBA. That's the difference. The WNBA is women. Supposedly, we could get into some of that as well. I mean, Megan Rapinoe absolutely would love to see men in the WNBA. And, maybe there already are. That's a possibility as well. But that's something else we'll talk about. But this is where the problem is with the players. They're all up in their feels about what they deserve and what respect looks like and what they're owed and all this instead of the reality of the economics of the WNBA. It's like the new TV rights deal, right? They keep talking about the media rights deal. It's like 200 million a season. Okay, well, we're gonna have 15 teams this season. Do the math. Do the math. Again, the WNBA only owns 42% of the league, right? So that's what, 84 million? 84 million of the 200 million that goes to the WNBA divided by 15 teams. That's what, not quite 6 million. It's about $5.5 million per team, which would just about cover the salary cap that the WNBA has initially put out there, which again doesn't include all the other things that teams do, that franchises do that are expenses, like, I don't know, chartered flights, the practice facilities, which, yeah, have been shaky for some teams, but now you kind of understand and why. Where's that money coming from, right? The staff, the coaching staff, the strength and conditioning staff, the medical staff, the physical trainer staff, the like I said, the facilities. We're talking about housing and so forth. Now, the two biggest sticking points, this is wild too. The two biggest sticking points are revenue share. Of course, it will be interesting to see if the WNBA holds firm on that. And then housing, which is absolutely absurd that that is a sticking point for a professional sports league with the amount of money we're going to see, where the minimum contract is going to be basically $250,000. Now, look, if we get into this whole thing where the injuries, now there'll be two developmental players or as well, so it should be lessened. But yeah, if you get into this thing where you've put a player on a 7-day contract and this and that, giving them housing is probably helpful. But you know what? For me, I'm just saying, I'm not a top down person. That is something that should be part of what the team negotiates with the player. And it should be allowed, right? Like the WNBA should not say, okay, well, this is the max you can pay for a 7-day contract, and anything else included is part of that value. No, but the team needs to make that decision, right? And then the player gets the opportunity whether or not they want to sign that contract. I know freedom is a weird thing to some people. They don't quite understand it, but here we go. Here we go. I got on a bit of a rant. Hopefully, it was a little bit entertaining for you. But this is a wild quote from Kathy. Remember, March 10th, deadline. Monday, yesterday, March 16th, deadline. I'm not going to give anybody deadlines because, as I've been saying all along, we wanted progress. We wanted bargaining in good faith. We wanted all of that. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said late Friday evening to reporters in New York, can things be 24 to 48 hours later than maybe a date that we put on a piece of paper just to get everybody understanding there is a basketball calendar here? Can things be 24 to 48 hours late? Sure, but not much more before you start to look at, can we open training camp up? That kind of stuff. My heart hurts. This is a supposed well-educated woman. This is incoherent. If you're saying, can things be 24 to 48 hours later than a deadline, then just move the deadline 48 hours, okay? And make that the deadline. And that's why I think I went completely off the rails uh, while I was talking about Adam Silver has to come in, because again, the NBA is involved. They own 42% of this league. Kathy Engelbert's not getting the job done, Adam. You need to come in and say, okay, look, this is the deadline. If by midnight, March 18th, let's say, there is not a deal in place, it is shutting down. The players are being locked out, and that is it. We're done until a deal gets done. And every time something comes up on the calendar, it just gets canceled. Maybe they lose a little bit of training camp. Maybe they push it back and they play 35 games instead of 44, whatever it might be. But Adam Silver needs to get in, take control, put his foot down. The NBA owns as much of the league as the WNBA does. Clearly, Kathy's not putting her foot down. They're all too scared because the players have the media on their side, right? They have the media being able to spin everything in the players' favor, where facts don't matter. It's all about their feelings. Reality doesn't matter. It's about their feelings, and the media supports it. And then you get the fans who read that and they're just They embrace that. Oh, WNBA is big. Owners have more money, therefore they're automatically the bad guys. Shit's getting so frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I don't do any more of these until it's, hey, there's actually a CBA and we get to play because I can leave you with this. I'm going to leave it on a positive note. I'll start with the negative before I get to the positive. I hold in reserve worrying about Stephanie White and what she allows from Caitlin Clark. That being said, when I see what Caitlin Clark did coming off of her injury with USA Basketball, I am really, really looking forward to her playing. I'm not looking forward to anything else about the league, but I am looking forward to Caitlin Clark playing basketball. Let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you checking this out. As always, shout out to the 19. Like, comment, subscribe. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.